Today I'm here to talk about leadership. What is leadership? We're always looking for leaders, role models, which is basically akin to leadership. But what is leadership? We're all striving to find that perfect leader. But the word leadership also implies a follower. And so if you're following somebody, what part of yourself are you giving up? So when I first speak of leadership, the first thing that comes to mind is to thine own self be true. That you get your vision so perfectly clear and that you walk with an air of impeccability so that everybody who comes in contact with you feels your vibration, feels you, feels your energy, feels your wisdom, feels your joy. Because a leader is true to their own self. They are true to their own mission. They are true to their own calling. So as we move on, we're looking for people who can inspire people and inspire people with their vision. From my vision of who I am, may that vision inspire you to find your vision of who you are. As we move away from the cookie cutter approach, a leader is somebody who makes somebody feel better and go beyond the limitations that have been put on somebody and find freedom within themselves. So as we look for leaders, we're really looking for that freedom in ourselves. We're looking for that part of ourselves that walks with that air of impeccability, that walks with that pride, that essence of knowing of who you are. So leadership is very important, but the elevation, to make somebody feel elevated, to make somebody feel exalted, that's what a leader does. A leader takes the best qualities in himself and others around him get motivated to find the best qualities in themselves. We're looking for leadership, and to look outside of ourselves for leadership, that's why so many people get duped. So many people are looking for something, and so many people make themselves vulnerable to be manipulated. Because nobody can give you leadership. Nobody can be a role model for you. You have to find those character, and you have to have that instinct within yourself to know what leadership is. And when you find that instinct within yourself, then you can go out and apply it to the world. A true leader finds the freedom within themselves, and a true leader learns how to express that freedom within themselves. The leader is not looking for anybody to guide him. The leader is listening to his inner voice. And when the leader then starts to hear his inner voice, he has enough confidence and strength in himself to follow that inner voice. So as we get quiet, because somebody who leads really doesn't have to say a lot of words, because a leader really has quieted down that inner chatter and can move on instinct, knowing exactly what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and not looking for anybody's approval. So many times we're looking for people's approval. We're looking for people to pat us on the back. But you have to follow your heart's conviction, because what you feel is right in your heart and what you feel is coming from a place of love and of balance and integrity, personal integrity, that's what you have to follow. You can't listen to the crowd. You can't say things that you're waiting for people to approve of. Sometimes a leader has to make a hard decision. A leader has to say what his truth is in that moment and let the chips fall wherever the chips fall. But a leader has to speak what is in his heart in that moment. So a leader is somebody who is inclusive of everybody. If we look at the word leader, and I don't really want to get into words so much, but the word leader comes from the word lead. And what is lead? Lead is the heaviest metal. Lead is the container that they put the kryptonite in so it wouldn't affect Superman. So lead is all the metals with its impurity. So it's all inclusive. And a leader starts out with this lead, and then he starts to burn all the dross off so that he becomes the pure, refined silver and gold. So a leader is somebody who then walks in their purity. So when you walk in the purity of your ideas and walk with that confidence and your ability to stand tall and to support your own decision, no matter what the world says. And a leader really learns how to recognize his heart or her heart. Because your heart is your center of balance. Your heart is your center of love. And the more that we learn to get in touch with love, and the more that we learn to let that love resonate who we are, the ability of love is that ability to elevate and inspire. And I know I spoke about elevating and inspiring, but if you can listen to this, and then this can give you the confidence where you will go out and be yourself, be true to your heart. And people who come into your presence, number one, they will feel your vibration. They will feel what is resonating in your heart. And by that resonation, you will help to elevate them and to inspire them to go in and find out what's in their heart. So many times in life, we are told to take a cookie cutter approach to life, where everybody fits into the same mold. It's like a fast food restaurant. You know, they just mass produce burger after burger or whatever. We're not cookie cutters. We are each very precious human beings. And our nature is divine. And when we come into that divinity, when we walk with that divinity, then we walk in our true leadership. Because a true leader would not want to have any followers. A true leader would want people who come in contact with him to find their own voice. And when you find your own voice, then there's no need to follow anybody. But then we can all put our energy, our heart, our love, and speak our own voices. And when there are so many ideas that we share that are very similar, that makes the power of each voice resonate even higher. So if we want to change the world, if we want to bring more love, more peace into the world, and have more peace of mind, then we really need to start to follow our hearts and be led by our hearts and be led by what is the divine in us. Because in the end, that is the true leader. And when we are led by that, and that becomes our example, and then we follow our hearts, we follow our hearts with such a conviction, then we become the leader. Then we become the leader because we become one with what is resonating in our hearts. And the way that the law of attraction and the law of magnets and the law of resonance works, the more that we start resonating with that vibration of who we are, people are going to pick up on it. People are going to feel it. In this way, we start to walk our walk. We start to stand tall in who we are. And to me, that is what leadership is about. I could tell you, yeah, a leader will come up and tell you great things and everything. But in the end, a leader, so many people that we think are leaders are not really leaders. In my opinion, they're not really leaders. They are great manipulators. They want to sell you something. They want you to come over to one side or another side. But what I'm saying is, a true leader is going to elevate you to go into your heart. I don't want you to come into any side. I want you to just get quiet with yourself. I want you to just find your voice. And when you find that voice and listen to that voice, then your leadership qualities will start to arise. And just like you're hearing this message, I ask you just to give that message to people that you come in contact with. Don't try to change anybody's opinions. There's always two sides to a coin. But what is important is that people learn to express their heart and express the oneness and come back to the oneness and keep our individuality and walk in our freedom. Walk in the courage to be free. And the word courage comes from the word heart. So everything that I'm saying in this moment resonates with your heart. It's now just learning to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Make yourself vulnerable. Find the love. And again, a leader will make himself vulnerable. A leader will be open. A leader will be clear. And in being vulnerable, a leader will go down and express his innermost feelings. So when you come and express your innermost feelings, express your innermost truth, people take to that. People resonate with it. People, so you come up to you and say, that was a very heartfelt moment. And this is what a leader does. A leader touches people's hearts. A leader doesn't want to manipulate you. I don't want you to take my opinion. I want you to find your heart. I want you to find your voice. And find it with love. And find peace of mind so that you walk with the courage to be everything that you can be. And to use all your talents. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot do anything.